Hello Galactic family. All are loved. There are no exceptions. All are children of the Divine One. Nothing can change that because God, Source, Love choose whatever word works best for you, resonates most powerfully with you to signify the supreme intelligence of infinite love eternally and without conditions loves all that it creates. Choosing not to love even one other person, however unlovable they may appear to be, is in fact a choice to remain separated from God, from yourself, and from all of creation. It intensifies your own sense of abandonment, of worthlessness, and of terror because separation, were it possible, would be eternally terminal. The terror is deeply buried way below your conscious level of awareness. If it were not, and if it were believed, it would cause insanity. You do need to remind yourselves at least daily that you are divine beings created in infinite and eternal love, and realize that your lack of knowing that, of feeling that, is a choice that you made and that you can reverse. How? Go within, to that holy inner space where the flame of divine love burns eternally on your own personal altar, and open yourselves to the love that awaits you there, wishing only to enfold you within itself in every moment. Many of you do, but you have great difficulty in releasing your strongly ingrained belief in your unworthiness in the eyes of God. You turn away in fear of rejection. The thought of rejection by God is endemic within humanity. That thought is part of the illusion and part of practically every human culture. However, it is utterly invalid. That insane thought must be released. Only you can do that. If you refuse to love yourselves, as is the case with so many of you, then the love offered by others is ineffectual because ego-driven thoughts arise when love is offered telling you that you are unworthy. You perhaps think, why on earth would anyone love me? They surely see how unlovable I am. And, of course, to not love yourselves is also a refusal to love God. Each and every one of you is eternally and inseparably one with God. You can only love God by loving yourselves. It really is that simple. Trust God. He trusts you implicitly because he knows that you are his perfect children, incapable of anything but love. Release your fear of him, your sense of worthlessness, of inadequacy, of sinfulness, and open your hearts to allow his infinite love to enfold you, embrace you, comfort you, and fill you with joy. There is only love. You are being repeatedly told this by channels, by mediums, by psychics, by mystics, by sages, by any number of wise and loving beings, and yet you dismiss this unalterable truth, considering it woo-woo, unreal, and impractical in the everyday world you appear to inhabit. But have your more practical approaches to the problems and issues with which life in the illusion presents you proved effective? As your history clearly shows you, they have not. Nor will they, because those more practical approaches rely on conflict, and that always invites more conflict leading to an endless feedback loop of further, endless conflict. The reason it seems to you that love could not work, and is inappropriate and impracticable in attempting to resolve your human issues, is because you do not engage with it fully and trust it, but instead, even when you feel like trying, you keep a very firm hold on the right to engage in conflict if you think that might be necessary. And that mindset always results in conflict because that is what you want. You believe that you are right and that the other is wrong, and you use conflict to punish the other and prove your point. Is that not completely insane? You always have a choice to choose love or fear, and your egos excel in choosing fear, and then, when possible, enjoy making preemptive strikes to keep you safe, but the only safety lies in God. To be right is to be wrong, because when you make judgments you are choosing fear and conflict. The righteous claim that if the wrongdoers would desist then they, the righteous ones, would not have to start a conflict to put matters to right. But as both sides to a conflict consider themselves to be right, there can be no meaningful resolution. Let go of righteousness, forgive yourselves for making judgments and stop doing so, then allow love to show the way to harmonious and totally practical resolution. When you honestly engage with one another lovingly and transparently, practical and uplifting solutions always arise. It is your personal egotistical agendas, intentionally disguised and hidden, that destroy agreements supposedly made in good faith when what was hidden is revealed and trust is once again demolished. The only message you receive from the spiritual realms, and which has been repeated again and again over the eons, is that love is the only answer that will provide meaningful resolutions to the issues that beset humanity. Finally, that message is being heard, acknowledged, and acted upon. Humanity is experiencing a massive and worldwide spiritual awakening, a growing awareness that there is a spiritual meaning to life and that it is the only meaning. All else is distraction, and the distractions that have enticed and enslaved you for so long no longer appeal. As you focus more and more intently on your true nature, love, and find that it is completely effective, the distractions no longer distract you because love, when recognized and engaged with, provides in abundance a sense of peace, contentment, and joy that you absolutely know is real, dissolving all the other ephemeral and distracting desires that you have been seeking and sometimes finding, and yet which have in the end always disappointed you. You are, as I have already mentioned, infinitely powerful divine beings, and your heartfelt desires can only be satisfied by being in the presence of God, by being one with God. And truly you have never left that state, you just drew a veil over it in order to play dream games, sometimes of a quite horrific nature, in the illusion. Now you have chosen to awaken and return to joy, and as that is God's will for you, then you will awaken. With so very much love, Soul.